own channel, Vedantu NEET English. This is Basavaraj Sir, your biology master students. Welcome back. And first of all, good evening to all of you students. Good evening, all my students. Right. So all of you are very regular to the classes. I can see some common names which are always there in my class. Right, students? So good evening to all of you. Now, students, this is a one-shot lecture. This right here is a one-shot lecture on the first chapter of your class 11th. That is the living world, students, living world. So students, we'll finish the entire chapter in one shot only today itself, entire thing. So students, if you are excited for today's class and today's lecture, quickly green hearts and fire emoji in the chat, students. All of you, good evening, students. Good evening with that. Now, students. Now, shall we start the class with a very controversial question? Shall we, students? Let's start the class with a very controversial question. Very controversial, and let's see if anyone can answer. Harini, Varshita, all of you. Here is the question to all of you students. Here's the question to all of you. Very unique question, right? If I ask all of you, what is life? What is coming to your mind right now? Your mother, your dad, someone special to you. What is coming to your mind, students? What is coming to your mind when I say what is life? Okay, students. Now, there are two ways to approach this question. Yes or no? There are two ways to approach this question. One is the religious way, by opening the chakra points and all that. That we'll not get into. We will not get into the spiritual student. We will not get into the spiritual point of view. No. We will get into the biological way. We will get into the scientific, students. So if I ask you to define what is life with respect to science, what is your answer, students? What is your answer? All of you, I'll give you exactly 30 seconds. I want all of you to spam the answer. Students, I'll give you exactly 30 seconds. I want all of you to quickly spam the answer in the chat. What is life? Okay, my family. Life is bought army. Yes. Life is all about what? Eating food. What is life? So students, if you ask me, I would say life is nothing but chemical reactions. How many of you agree, students? How many of you agree with that? I believe the entire life is nothing but, students, life is nothing but, it is nothing but chemical reactions. It is a chemical reaction with biomolecules. There are multiple biomolecules in our body. It could be protein, it could be carbohydrate, it could be lipids, it could be enzymes, right? It could be nucleic acids. So there are multiple biomolecules in our body and they are undergoing chemical reaction. And the result of this chemical reaction, students, the result of this chemical reaction, can I tell growth? Can I tell development? Can I tell result of this chemical reaction is reproduction? The result of this chemical reaction, students, can I tell is consciousness? The result of this chemical reaction is your cellular organization. Result of this chemical reaction is metabolism. All of you in the chat. The result of this chemical reaction is all the following points. And all of these following points give rise to an object. All of these following points, students, all of these following points can give rise to a object. And that object is nothing but the living organisms. So students, what is life? Life is all about chemical reactions of biomolecules. When this chemical reaction takes place, when all of these chemical reactions takes place, it can give rise to the growth, development, reproduction, consciousness, cellular organization, and metabolism, and that leads to an object called as living organism. Students, living organism. Now, students, understand these living organisms are there, right? These living organisms, they can have shape and structure. Now, depending upon, right, what shape and what structure, we will have different types of organisms. Depending upon the shape, let's say the shape is very tiny, and let's say they have prokaryotic cell. So that can give you bacteria. A different shape can give you fungi. A different shape can give you plants. A different shape can give you humans. So students, this is life right now. What is life? Life is all about chemical reactions between biomolecules that will result in the growth, development, reproduction, consciousness, cellular organization, metabolism that leads to an object that is called as the living organisms. And these living organisms have shape and structure. Depending upon students, depending upon the shape and structure, we have bacteria, fungi, plant, animal, right? Humans, your platypus, your dog, cat, everything in the world. That is life. Students, with that being said, shall we start today's class? Students, with that being said, shall we start today's class, students? Shall we start? Yes. Students, with that being said, shall we start today's class? Students, Cash is my dog. My dog name is Cash. Right? So with that being said, students, shall we start the class? Today's first chapter called as Living World, students. Living World. Okay. Now, students, in this chapter, right? In this chapter, we will encounter, right? Right? Life has certain features. According to NCERT, there are only 5, but there are more actually, right? So according to NCERT, there are only 5 of them. That is consciousness, metabolism, reproduction, cellular organization, and growth. All of these different features can give rise to life. Students. Now, the first assignment, the first job which me and you, all of us have, is to assign these following features into 2 separate categories. For example, all the life features here, they need to be classified between, right? Either they are fundamental or they are defining. Students. Now, what is the difference? First of all, to understand, before you classify them, students, let's understand on what basis are we classifying. Yes or no, students? How long is the session? 1.5 hour maximum, right? 1.5 hour maximum, chapter is over. Now, on what basis do you think we'll classify the organisms? Very simple rule. Understand, students. Understand. Listen carefully. Now, fundamental feature is a feature, students. Fundamental feature is a feature which has exceptions. While your defining feature is a feature which has no exception. At all. Which has no exceptions. Now, I'll give you a quick example. Let's understand, students. I'll give you a quick example, right? What if I say all kingdom Monera organisms belonging to kingdom Monera have cell wall? Students, if I say all organisms belonging to kingdom Monera, they have cell wall, is that a fundamental feature or is that a defining feature, students? See, we know in kingdom Monera we have bacteria, right? We have heterotrophic bacteria, we have cyanobacteria. Yes or no? Both of them have cell wall. But there is something called as mycoplasma, right? But students, do you think this mycoplasma has cell wall? All of you students, do you think this mycoplasma has cell wall? No, it does not. Mycoplasma does not have cell wall. So that statement becomes fundamental. Students, fundamental. Okay. I'll give you one more example, students. Plants are green color. Students. Plants are green color. Vignesh, yes, Anusha, tell me. Plants are green color. Is that fundamental or is that defining, students? Plants are green color. Students, are there any exceptions? Do we have plants which are non-green, orange, red? Coloration can be seen, pigmentation can be seen. It can be seen. So that becomes again fundamental. Because there are exceptions. Okay. Right, there are exceptions, students. Plants are not green color always. Students. That becomes fundamental. Okay, I'll give you one more example, students. Right, one more example. Every single every single prokaryotic organisms do not have nucleus. Students, prokaryotes do not have nucleus. Prokaryotes not having nucleus is a defining feature because there are no exception. Prokaryote means there is no nucleus at all, right? That becomes defining, students. That becomes defining. Okay, I'll give you one more example, students. Unicellular prokaryote is kingdom Monera. Defining again. Defining again, students. Unicellular eukaryote. Unicellular eukaryote, defining again, because it is a rule. Every single unicellular eukaryote is a protist. Unicellular eukaryote is a protist. It is always a protist. Unicellular eukaryote is a protist. Defining, students. Defining. So defining will have no exception, students. Defining will have no exception. I'll give one more last one. Mammary glands in mammals. Mammary glands in mammals. Students, is it a fundamental or defining? The presence of mammary glands. Students, the presence of mammary glands in mammals, that is a defining, because there are no exception to that rule. Even platypus have mammary glands. Platypus, it is functional, non-functional, that is a different story, right? But that is a defining. Every single mammal will have mammary glands. Every single mammal will have mammary glands. It can be functional, non-functional, that is a different story altogether, students. Okay, so all of you are getting some idea right now, students. All of you have some idea what is fundamental, what is defining. All of you in the chat, students. All of you. Yes or no? Oh, yes or no, students? Yes or no? All of you. Platypus also have mammary glands. Okay. Now, students, now with that being said, let's now face the first type of feature that is called as growth. The first type of feature is called as growth. Now, what actually is growth, students? What actually is growth right now? Students. Growth basically means increase or decrease. In the chat, students, in the class, tell me, all of you. Growth means increase or decrease. Growth always means increase. Increase in what? Increase in cell number, increase in your cell number, and increase in body mass. Yes or no, students? So growth technically means increase in your body mass, increase in your cell number. That is called as growth. Students. And these two are also called as your twin characters of growth, students. Twin characters of growth. Friends, if you're able to understand till now, smash a like button, all of you. Smash a like button. Chappal, you throw at it. Okay. Now, students, now I want all of you to understand this growth is very unique to your prokaryotes. Actually, this growth, in the case of prokaryotes, growth equals reproduction. Actually, in the case of your unicellular organisms, unicellular organisms, growth equals reproduction. Every single time it grows, it reproduces. Every time it reproduces, it grows. So it is synonymous in the case of unicellular organisms. That much all of you can remember. Okay. So growth is nothing but increase in cell number and increase in body mass, students. Now, students, now I want all of you to answer me one very serious question. Very serious question. How many of you seen snow in real life? Students, how many of you seen snow in real life? Snow. Because I have not seen, students. So if you have seen snow in real life, let me know in the chat right now, students, if you have seen snow. Okay. Now, for example, I will take all my students, all of you, for a school trip, students, for a school trip. Okay. In this school trip, now we are going to, let's say, to Kashmir right now. All of us are going to Kashmir now. Let's go. Okay. Now, once we go to Kashmir in the month of December, right, we will notice that this Kashmir, this mountain right now has a separate layer around it of snow. Snow layer is around it. A snow layer is around the mountain hills here. Snow in the December time. So students, understand this type of growth which happens on the outside, or exterior. Such type of growth is called as extrinsic growth, and this extrinsic growth is mainly shown by your non-living things. Okay, students, I'll give you one more example. Students, I'll give you one more example. Okay, I'll give you. You're from Kashmir. Next level. So next level, you're from Kashmir. Okay, I'll give you one more example, students. Let's say it can be shown also by living. Also, I'll show you example. Okay, now see. Now I am me. Okay. Now, students, what if I wear this jacket? If I wear this jacket from the outside, is that extrinsic or intrinsic growth? If I wear the jacket from the outside, isn't that extrinsic growth now? Yes, it is extrinsic growth, students, remember. So extrinsic growth is a growth which is happening from the outside, that is called as extrinsic growth, students. Okay. So if all of you have common sense, yes or no, students? All of you have common sense? Yes, all of you have no. So extrinsic means outside. Then what is intrinsic, students? What is intrinsic? All of you? Yes. Intrinsic means from the inside. No. Yes. So intrinsic means growth from the inside. Okay. Growth from the inside, and generally living things, living organisms show the intrinsic growth. That is, we are growing from the inside. Done, students. Done. Now, students. Now, what is growth? Can be of two types: intrinsic and extrinsic. All of you know now. All of you know the difference. Now, what if I tell you, students? What if I tell you there is an organism which can keep on growing its lifetime? Students, tell me, there is an organism which can keep on growing throughout its life. Like, obviously, in the case of humans, our vertical height will stop at boys 21, girls around 18, but horizontal growth will keep happening. That all of you know, right? If you keep eating, horizontal growth will happen all the time. Okay. Now, but there is one organism in the world which can show all type of growth all the time. Vertical, horizontal growth throughout its lifetime. Students, which is that organism? Students, which is that organism? Students, which is that organism? It is our bot army's favorite. Students, it is our bot army's favorite organism. That is plants. So, students, in the case of plants, right? In the case of plants, we can see something called as your indefinite growth. So, in the case of plants, we can see indefinite or unlimited growth can be seen, students. Growth will keep on happening. Students, what is the secret? Booster. Students, what is the secret? What is the secret of energies? Plant secret of energy, students, here. The plant secret here is there are cells which are called as meristematic cells. So this unlimited growth is because of meristematic cells. Now there is a definite growth, limited, student, limited addition. We are very limited, no? Limited. Okay. So that is the difference between limited and unlimited growth, students. Is that clear to all of you? Students, is the difference clear to all of you? Okay. Now, $1,000,000 question, students. The India wants to know. The entire world wants to know, students. Right? Everyone wants to know, is growth a defining character of the living organisms? Is it defining or is it fundamental? Students, there are exceptions here. Growth is shown by non-living things also. If there are exceptions here, if growth is shown by non-living things, if there are exceptions, fundamental or defining, in the class, all of you, in the chat right now, all of you. If growth can be shown by your living and non-living, it has exception. If it has exception, students, where do I place growth? Where do I place growth? All of you. So if it has exception, then we will keep growth in fundamental. Done. Okay. Now, students, let's go to next topic. Let's go to the next topic right now. Students, first topic done. Here we can see non-living things showing growth. Sand dunes formation, glacier formation. All of these are examples of intrinsic or extrinsic, students. Right? All of you, students. Is this examples of intrinsic or extrinsic? All of these, the following are the examples of extrinsic growth. Extrinsic growth right here. Extrinsic growth. Now, students, now we come to the most common favorite topic of all of you, reproduction. Okay. Now, students, I want all of you to understand. Students, what will I teach you here? I finished the entire chapter only. Students, reproduction chapter only is over. What is it to teach? Okay. So, reproduction, students, what is reproduction? Basically, formation of new individuals of similar kind. Students, that is called as like begets like. I told you yesterday's class also, right? Genetics, I told you. Like begets like. A dog will give birth to a puppy. A cat will give birth to a kitten. A giraffe will give birth to hippopotamus. Is it possible? No. A giraffe will give birth to a baby giraffe. right? That is called as like begets like, and that is seen in the case of reproduction. Okay, here it is not essential for the survival of individual. The meaning is that a particular human, me and you, all of you, we can finish our life cycle, we can finish our entire life cycle without reproduction also. Life cycle, it is possible. Okay, it is possible to finish the entire life cycle without reproduction. But students, do you think the entire, can the species progress, can the species exist in the future without reproduction? Is it possible that the species can be present in the future without reproduction? No. One individual species can finish the life cycle. One individual species can finish the entire life cycle of the reproduction. But what if everyone stops? Japan is the example. Japan is one famous example, students. In that case, there is no future generation, students. In that case, there is no future generation. Okay, students. There are many two types of reproduction. All of you are aware. Asexual, sexual reproduction. In asexual reproduction, does not involve fusion of gametes. Offsprings are identical to the parents. Students, in asexual, how many parents do I notice? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All of you, how many? In the case of asexual reproduction, it is single parent involved here, students. Single parent involved. Now, with respect to sexual, students, sexual we can see again uniparental and biparental. Both is possible. Please be clear to all of you students. If you're my student, you can tell me the example. If you are my student, if you're my student, you can tell me what is the example, students. Right? What is the example of uniparental? All of you, what is the example of uniparental? The example of uniparental is a hibiscus flower. Hibiscus flower is one flower only, right? It is one parent only. One parent can also do sexual reproduction. Please remember, students. Please remember, sexual doesn't mean always two. Sexual doesn't mean always two. Sexual reproduction can happen from one parent also. Example is hibiscus flower. Hibiscus flower, students. Okay, hibiscus flower. Oh, if you remember that. Now, students, can we give some other examples? Let's say, what about in the case of fungus, students? Fungi, which type of reproduction do you see? Fungus, all of you students. In the case of fungi, what do we see? Anyone? So we see something called as all three: sexual, asexual, as well as vegetative. But mainly it is spore formation. Mainly it is called as spore formation. Okay. What about in the case of students? Let's say yeast. All of you know yeast, no? Yeast or hydra. Yeast or hydra can show something called as your. What do you call that? I have one bud. One bud can give you one more bud. One more bud can give one more bud. What do you call that, students? We call that something called as, all of you in the chat, that is called as budding. That is called as budding, students. Now, students, in the case of planaria, we can see something called as your regeneration. Yes or no? Students, in the case of your algae, we can see something called as your fragmentation. Students, can I get an example here? Can I get an example of fragmentation? Any example of an algae? Any example of algae, students? In the case of mosses, they have one more stage called as protonema stage. All of you should know. Right? Students, this if you do not know, wait for plant kingdom. Wait for plant kingdom. This I'll teach you in plant kingdom. Okay. This I will teach you in plant kingdom, students. Plant kingdom. Okay. This I'll teach you in plant kingdom. Don't worry if you do not know what is this thing. Now, here is a $1 million question, students. Here is a $1 million question to all of you. While you answer that, let me drink some my special juice here. Special juice. All of you. Answer. All of you. Students, sound check, sound check. All of you. Students, sound check, sound check. All of you. Okay. Okay. Now, students, now. Okay. Infertile couples, they have to do in IVF. Sterile worker bees, only working, nothing, no reproduction at all. Mule, again students, only working, no reproduction. So there are exceptions here. So which means there are exception in the case of your reproduction. So do I keep it in fundamental or do I keep it in defining, students? Students, where do I keep it? All of you tell me. Where do I place them, students? Where do I place them? Fundamental or defining, students? So if there are exceptions, I will keep reproduction. I will keep reproduction in the case of fundamental. Done, students, done. Now, next few are very simple, students. Next few are very simple. Next is called as metabolism, students. Metabolism is nothing but all the reactions happening in your body. That is called metabolism. It is called as sum total of all the reactions happening in your body is called as metabolism. Now, metabolism can be classified into something called as your anabolism and catabolism, students. Now, what is the difference here? Understand. In the case of anabolism, we take simple molecules joined together to make a complex molecules here. So let's say we have a simple molecules here. Simple dimple is here, one is here. We take these simple molecules, we join together to make a complex molecule. That is called as anabolism. Students, if I say photosynthesis is an example of your anabolism, am I correct? In the chat, tell me, all of you. Now, what is catabolism? In catabolism, we have a complex substances here. This complex substance is broken down into simple substances. So complex to simple is catabolism, simple to complex is anabolism. That is the main thing, student. That is the main thing here. Okay, students, that is called as anabolism and catabolism. Any doubt here? All of you, I'll give you 30 seconds to ask your doubts. I'll give you 30 seconds to ask your doubts, students. Students, I'll give you 30 seconds to answer. Students, have you smashed the like button? Students, all of you have one simple homework today. I want all of you to go to your classmates and bring them to my class next time. Okay, I want all of you to go, call your friends to the class, telling that there is one sir here called as your Basavaraj Sir, Baswa Sir, right? He teaching biology, call them also next time. Okay, now students, now I want all of you to understand, students. I want all of you to understand one small thing here. Students, this answer is seen here. Okay, students, answer is also seen here. Okay, unfortunately, I want all of you to understand it. This metabolism is not seen in non-living things. It is completely, students, it is not seen in the case of your non-living things. Non-living things does not show metabolism. So if there is no exception, where do I, students, where do I place this? Where do I place, students? Tell me. Students, where do I place this? All of you, where do I place this, students? Where do I place this? Okay, but these metabolisms can be demonstrated outside the body in a cell-free system. It basically, they're telling you is, even if you do metabolism outside the living organism, right, these reactions are living reactions, but the thing is non-living basically, right? An isolated metabolic reaction outside the body of an organism performed in a test tube is neither living nor non-living, but the reactions are living, here. Okay, students, so metabolism, if it is not found in case of your non-living, can I keep it in defining, students? Yes or no? Yes or no, students? I will keep it here. That is called as, students, don't watch my old videos now. I will, students, don't watch my old videos. Old videos, I don't have hair only. My hair is missing a little bit here and there. Okay, so don't watch my old videos. Hair is very bad there. Okay, now students, now after reproduction, now students, there's one famous question I generally ask to all the science students, okay, because some of them are still confused. Students, what is smaller? Do you think an atom is smaller or do you think a cell is smaller? All of you, students, tell me, do you think an atom is smaller or do you think a cell is smaller? What is smaller? So all of you tell me, students, I am science student, you can confidently tell me atom is smaller in nature. Okay, now students, what if I take multiple cells and I join together? What do I get? Okay, so don't see my old videos. A little embarrassing it is. Okay, tell me students. Tell me, if I take a multiple cells and I join together, what do I get? I get something called as tissue. If I join multiple tissues, what do I get? All of you students. If I join multiple tissues, what do I get? Yes, friends, obviously. If I take multiple tissues, what do I get? Yes. Do we get organ? Do we get organ, students? If I take multiple organs, what do I get? Organ system, right? Now, this entire thing which I just explained to you, this is called as cellular organization. This type of organization can be seen in living organisms only, and even within a cell also there is organization. There is a division of labor within a cell also. Yes or no? For excretion, we have lysosomes. For energy, we have your mitochondria. For pigmentation, chloroplast in the case of plant cell. Alright. So the division of labor is seen here. Yes or no, students? Yes or no? No, students. So this cellular organization, students, this cellular organization, right? Cellular organization, right? It is present only in the case of living. Students, it is present only in the case of living. Non-living things do not exhibit such type of organization. So if there are no exceptions, where do I place, students? Where do I place? Where do I place cellular organization? Do I keep it in fundamental or do I keep it in defining, students? Your call. Okay. Differentiation of body into smaller units and subunits arranged in an orderly manner. Organelles interact with each other for proper function of the cell. Due to the presence of organization, living being is called as organism. The reason we are called as organism is because of this organization. Because of this organization, we are called as organism. Students, because of this organization, right? Because of this organization, we are called as organism. And that is definite, student. That is definitely, student. That is definitely a defining feature. Okay. Now, students, how many of you play cricket? How many of you play sports in general, students? How many of you play sports in general? Sports. Students, how many of you play sports in general? Sports. Raise your hands. And tell me which sport also you play. Raise your hands and tell me which sport do you also play? Which sport? Okay. Now, let's say, students, all of you play sports. You have some reflex in your life. Okay. Now, students, all of you. If I take a ball, I don't have a ball here. Okay. Let's say I have a bottle here. Okay. Now, if I take this bottle and I throw at you, what will you do, students? What will you do? If I take the water bottle and if I throw at you, what will you do? There are three things you can do. Either you will dodge it, or you will catch it, or the bottle will hit your face. Yes or no, students? Yes or no? Either of three is possible. It is possible. Now, students, if you are part of your first and second, right, that is basically, I am giving you something called as stimuli, right? That is a stimuli. I am throwing a ball, I am throwing something at you, that is a stimuli. And you are responding to the stimuli. Students, what do you call that? You are responding to a stimuli. What do you call it, students? What do you call that? That is called as consciousness. That is called as consciousness, students. Consciousness. That is called as your consciousness. Responding to a stimuli, students. This entire responding to stimuli, students, responding to stimuli is because of different sensory organs. You have eyes, ears, nose, mouth, skin. All of these are sensory organs which can sense the danger, sense the incoming bottle. Yes or no, students? Sense, respond to stimuli. So consciousness is awareness of the surroundings and respond to external stimuli. So students, all of you are conscious or not? Students, all of you are conscious or not, students? All of you are conscious. So you are showing consciousness. Now, students, this consciousness is actually shown only by living things. Living things. Now, students, let's say I have my phone here, students. If I hit my phone, what the phone say something? No. Phone will not say something. Phone will not say something. If I go do this to my sister will run behind me to hit me back. Yes or no? So that is called as respond to stimuli, students. All of you also go try. If you have a sibling in your house, go try hitting them. Within a fraction of a second, nanosecond, they'll hit you back. That is called as respond to stimuli. Now, students, Here is a very famous question. Here's a very, very famous question, okay? A person in coma, let's say a person is in coma right now. All of you know what is coma, right? A person is in coma right now, and that person is not responding to whatever you say or whatever you do. You are standing in front of them and you're saying them something. You're telling them, you're singing songs, you're reading news, you're telling jokes, you're eating in front of them, but they're not responding to you. So students, with that being said, do I keep the consciousness in fundamental, or do I keep consciousness in defining? Question to all of you students. Question to all of you. All students. Obviously, Gopika ma'am is like my small sister only. Gopika ma'am is like my small sister only, students. Gopika ma'am is younger than me. She's my small sister. Now, students, tell me, all of you, if a person is in coma, do I keep it, and the person is unconscious? We use the word unconscious, right? Do I call this entire thing defining a fundamental? Students, I will still call consciousness defining. Why? Because students, the person in coma right now, he or she might not be responding to you, but is that person responding to the medicine given to them? Is that person responding to the medicine and the different type of chemicals given to them? Yes. So can I call that thing, consciousness as cellular consciousness, students? Yes or no? That is called as cellular consciousness. Cellular consciousness. So cellular consciousness is there. It is there. So that is why consciousness also becomes a defining property, students, or defining feature. And students, with that, we are done. Now, there is one more something, students. There is one more something. Students, how many of you gone to any function recently? Students, if you go to a function, do you dress up nicely? A nice coat, nice sneakers, nice pant, jacket, perfume, push everywhere, perfume, nicely you will oil your hair, comb your hair, use gel and everything. Yes or no? So that, students, that your entire appearance before you go out, that is called as what? That is called as self-consciousness. And students, as a matter of fact, that self-consciousness right there, it is only seen in the case of humans. So self-consciousness is only seen in the case of humans. There is never an animal which says my one spot is missing. My one zebra will never come and say my one line is missing. A lion will never say I forgot to shampoo my hair. No. A lion will never come and say I forgot to shampoo my hair. Without that all, the person is very handsome. Okay. So animals are not self-conscious. They do not care how they look generally, right? But there are some exceptions there also. Okay. Right. But it is humans which have something called as self-consciousness, students. Please remember that. It is humans which have the self-consciousness. Humans have some consciousness, students. So with that, we are done for not the day, the topic here. Okay. So students, here is our approval, students. Here is our approval from this leopard here. Leopard or jaguar. I'm very weak in zoology, students. Okay. Approval is done. Now, students, with that being said, what do you call this fruit in your language? Go. Students, what do you call this? Yes, obviously animals are beautiful in nature. Okay. Uzumaki, yeah. This is Uchiha here. Okay, tell me, students. Which is this living thing in front of you? Organism in front of you, students. All of you, what do you call this? All of you students, what do you call this in your language? See, in English, mango, Hindi, aam, in Kannada, from Karnataka, where obviously I'm from Karnataka, right? There we call it Mavin Handu, right? So what do you call in your language, students? Mampidi Pandu? Okay, right? Students, every language has a name. Now, students, so this was a problem. Students, this was basically a problem to our scientists. Our scientists are like, students, wait a minute, this is a problem. Everywhere in the world, mango is called something different. So scientists were like, this is very bad. This is an emergency. So what will we do right now is, we will give something called as a scientific name to our organisms. So every single organism you see, it could be a plant or animal or bacteria, everything has a scientific name. But students, what is the problem? The problem was everyone in the world cannot identify the organism because everyone has their own name, right? Everyone has their own name. So they gave a solution called as scientific name. Now students, let's say the scientific name of your mango is called as what? It is called as Mangifera indica. It is called Mangifera indica. Now students, here is an assignment for all of you students. Here is the assignment for all of you. Assignment. Tomorrow, all of you go to nearby shop and tell your uncle or auntie, uncle, auntie, give me 1 kg Mangifera indica. Then see what happens. Students, go to your nearby shop and they say, tell them, I need 1 kg Mangifera indica. They will look at you and they will say your mental case. Yes or no? They are like, which language are you speaking? Students, the whole point of scientific name was to get a proper name throughout the world. But unfortunately, we do not use that. And that's why, I don't know, the solution they gave, but could not be a solution at the whole point of it. Right? So this is your scientific name, students, Mangifera indica. Mangifera indica, and this Mangifera indica is technically called as your binomial nomenclature. In binomial nomenclature, every single scientific name is divided into how many parts? Students, all of you. Students, how many parts? The meaning of bi means what? Two. Binomial means two names. So here, every single scientific name is given two separate names here. Students, do you think there is something called as trinomial then? Do you think something called trinomial? Yes, there is. There is something called as trinomial nomenclature always present. There is something called trinomial nomenclature. Mononomial, it is there, but not in your syllabus. Not in your syllabus. So in your syllabus, we only have binomial nomenclature. And this binomial nomenclature was given by a great scientist called as Carl Linnaeus. Okay, the great scientist called as your Carl Linnaeus. Students, so handsome. See, look at the attitude. Look at the aura here. Okay, he is called as Carl Linnaeus, students, father of taxonomy also, Carl Linnaeus. Okay, so Carl Linnaeus proposed in his book, he proposed a book called as your Systema Natura and Species Plantarum. In these two books, he gave the entire different binomial nomenclature. Now students, let me just teach you a small thing about binomial nomenclature right now. Okay, students, understand here. Let's take mango as an example only. We have Mangifera indica here. Mangifera indica. Now students, I want all of you to understand the first word in your binomial nomenclature is the genus name or generic name. It is the genus name. While the second word is the species or specific epithet. It is called a species or specific epithet. So this is, student, this is your genus and this species. Genus and species, always remember, the first word is genus, second word is species. Now there are certain rules here. You cannot randomly write anything for scientific name. There are something called as rules of nomenclature, students. Rules of nomenclature. Okay, so here are the rules, students. Here are the rules here. Let's read them, students. Let's read them. Biological names are generally in Latin and written in italics. They are Latinicized or derived from Latin irrespective of their origin. Now let's say, student, let's say Paki here, Paki, Nandini and Adina. All of you go to Western Ghats. Let's say Varshita also you take Varshita also. All of you go to one Western Ghats now. Western Ghats, all of you know, right? The entire South India side, right? All the way from the Maharashtra side, right? Now in this Western Ghats, you find a new frog. All of you find a new frog only. Now, can you keep the name of this frog in scientific name of this frog in Tamil? Can you keep the scientific name of frog in Hindi? Can you keep the scientific name in the Kannada? And scientific name in the Gujarati? No. Irrespective of the origin, students, irrespective of the origin, the scientific name has to be always in Latin. It is Latinicized to the language, irrespective of the origin, student. Okay. The first word in the biological name represents the genus. All of you here, genus. While the second component denotes the specific epithet or the species, students, or the species. Now, both the words in the biological name, when handwritten, are separately underlined like this. They are supposed to be separately underlined this way, yes or no? Or printed in italics, indicate their Latin origin. So when you are students, when you're trying to make it in typing, you have to Latinicize this. They're supposed to be Latin like this, students. Okay. The first word denotes the genus starting with the capital letter, always with capital genus, while the specific epithet starts with a small letter, right, like this, students, like this, small letter here, indica, small I. Okay, so capital letter, small letter, genus and species, and with that we are done, students. With that, we're done with that topic. Students, any doubt till now? Students, any doubt till now? You can keep Telugu also, students. You keep whatever name you want. Okay, students, any doubt till now, students? All of you, any doubt till now? If there is no doubt, all of you drink some water, because I want to drink water. Because I want to drink water. Okay, nice. Okay, students, have you smashed your like button? All of you smash your like button. All of you, first of all, let me just check. All of you smash your like button, yes or no? Yes or no, students? Yes, ask your doubts. Hi, sir. I'm in class 11th. Welcome to the class, Anjana. Welcome, Archana. Students, see, students, if I cannot pronounce your names, please don't feel bad. I am very bad. I am very bad at reading names because I can't explain. I don't know why. It's just there. It's just there. It's just there, students. It's just there. There's no explanation for it. I can't even give justification. Okay. Now, students, now. Students, shall we start? All of you, shall we start, students? Sir, what you're teaching is not in NCERT, but it is there in students. It is there in NCERT, students. It is there in NCERT. It is there in NCERT. It is there for NEET exam also. Okay. Now, students, next topic is called as your taxonomy. Students, can we get some love in the chat? Students, can we get some love in the chat, students? Students, my dog is there, students. My dog is sleeping. Papa, let him sleep. If I go and disturb him, he'll bite my face only. Papa is sleeping. Aram se, when croissant. Okay. Let him sleep. Now, students, can you show some love in the chat, all of you? Taxonomy and taxonomical categories we'll understand now, students. Now, the best way, right? Now, students, now, what do I mean by taxonomical categories? The whole point of taxonomical categories is categorizing them. Now, what do I mean by categorizing? Meaning is very simple. Students, how many of you have wardrobe? Raise your hands. Okay. Students, I know Telugu, obviously, students. Tell me. Students, tell me how many of your wardrobes? See, growing up, I never had a wardrobe. I used to keep all my clothes in a suitcase. Okay, don't look at me like that now. Okay. Now, students, if you have a wardrobe, do you arrange your clothes very well in the wardrobe? Do you keep your clothes to go out on the top side? Clothes to wear in the house, the torn clothes in the bottom? All your chappal somewhere in the outside the house? Yes or no? So there is a proper pant separate, shirt separate. I know you don't do it, students. I know you don't do it. Your mother will do it. I know. Please be quiet. Don't lie to me now. Okay. So your mother will do that for you. Yes or no? Yes or no, students? Your mother will do it for you. He'll do it for you. Okay. Now that is called as classification. Based on the need, based on the utility, you classified them. Yes or no? You classified them. Yes or students? You classified them. That is what we are trying to do here with respect to animals. That's all. Animal, students. Okay. Now, students, that is called taxonomy. Classification involves ordering of organisms into groups. So how you are in your wardrobe, you are trying to classify pant, shirt, and here your bunion here and everything here, right? Here also you do the same thing. Here different animals, we are classifying them. It's a branch. Taxonomy is a branch of biology of study that deals with principles and procedures of identification, classification, nomenclature, and organization, students. That is called as taxonomy, students. Taxonomy. Now, students, now. Okay. Now, students, okay. Now, students, I will teach you in taxonomy. There are few things. Anna, you will get the notes. I am very bad at giving notes also. I'll give you notes. Okay. Now, students, what do you have in taxonomy? Understand, students. Taxonomy, understand. In taxonomy, the first step is called as characterization. It is called as characterization. Second step is called as identification. Third step, students, is called as classification. And the last step is called as your nomenclature. Okay. Students, nomenclature. Now, students, let's understand with the help of a simple example. Yes or no, students? Let's understand this with the help of a simple example, all of you. Okay. Now, students, let's say here I have a beautiful jacket. Okay. You can see, students, our brand is here. Okay. Now, students, let's understand something called as what is taxonomy right now. And the first step is called as characterization. Students, in characterization, we observe the features. Okay. Students, tell me what color is this? All of you tell me, students, what color is this? First, we observe. Here I have a jacket, students. Okay. This jacket is black color with orange color branding everywhere, and it says Vedantu here, or bright orange, similar to your Swiggy color little. Okay, Swiggy color little. Okay. So here it has pockets here. Okay, it has pockets here. Nice pockets are there. It is very comfortable. Okay. Though we observe right now, students. Observation has been done now. Now, after observation, we identify. Students, is this a pant? Students, is this a pant? No. Is this a shirt? No. Is this a t-shirt? No. What is it? It is a jacket. That is called as identification. In identification, we identify basically. Here in the case of animals, what organism is this? In this case, it is a jacket. In observation, we told it is black color, it has pockets, it has a zip and everything. Okay. Now, students, after that, we classify them. Students. Okay. We classify. Okay. Now, students, in classification here, what do? Here, in the case of animals, we classify them in kingdom, class, order, family, genus, species. In this example, I will take this particular jacket, keep it in my wardrobe somewhere. In my wardrobe, there is a jacket here. I'll keep jacket on the top. Jacket has been kept somewhere. Classification has been done. So in this animal case, we are classifying. Students, last name is called as nomenclature. Now, students, I want all of you to give this particular jacket a nomenclature, students. All of you, one nomenclature. We call black here. Will become racist. Okay. Students, what do we call this jacket? We'll call this jacket. Students, tell me. We'll call this jacket something called as your Bob. Okay, Bob. Okay, so that is called as nomenclature. This is your Bob. Jacket name is Bob. Okay, Bob is done. So that is called as taxonomy, students. In taxonomy, what do we do, students? In taxonomy, we characterize first. We observe the features of a plant or an animal or whatever it is. Then we identify. Based on the observations, we identify what exactly is that animal. Then we classify them. Where can we keep them, students? Is it in which genus, which species it comes there? Based on which genus and which species? Based on which genus and which species, we give a nomenclature. Nomenclature is basically naming them. Then, students, that is called as taxonomy, students. How many of you understood the concept? Students, how many of you understood? All of you understood? Yes or no? Or you're lying to me now? All of you. Students, Cash is my dog's name. Why will I give my dog's name to a jacket? Done, students? Done, all of you? Students, my dog name is Cash. Why will I give my dog name to this? Done, students? All of you? Done? Yes? Okay, done, students? Okay. Now that is called as taxonomy. Now, students, there is something called as systemics then. Is systemics and taxonomy same to same? All of you? All of students. Is taxonomy and systemic same to same? No. They are different from each other in what aspect? Students, understand, very simple it is. Systemics nothing but taxonomy plus the, if you add the evolution to it, that is systemics. That's all. That is, taxonomy systemics is a branch of science dedicated to identify, describe and explain biological diversity in terms of evolutionary relationships among organisms. So in systemics, we do classify, we do identification, we do nomenclature, we also do something called as your all of these in the case of your systemics, but we also use evolution there. We also try to add in the evolution also. That is called as systemic, student. That is called as systemics. Okay, student, that is called as systemics. Okay, that is your systemics. Done, students? Done. That is called systemics. Now, students. Now, students, now we come to the last part of this chapter. Right, we are almost done. We are almost done, students. After this, I have PYQs. Do you want to solve PYQs or not? All of you in the chat. All of you. Do you want to solve PYQs or not? Do you want to solve? No. So stay till the end. All of you, stay till the end to solve PYQs. Right. Now, can I get for the next 10 minutes ultimate attention? Just 10 minutes. Just 10 minutes. After that, you can do whatever you're doing. For the next 10 minutes, I just need ultimate attention. Can I get that? All of you. Yes. All of you drink some water. Last topic coming up. Last topic coming up, students. Yes or no? 10 minutes. Just 10 minutes. Give me. Last 10 minutes. Just give me maximum attention for this topic. Because this is the topic where all of you get confused. All of you lose marks generally in this topic right now. I just need 10 minutes of your time. Maximum attention. Okay. Now, students. Now, this is called as your taxonomical hierarchy. In this taxonomical hierarchy, there is something called as taxa or taxon. Taxa or taxon means a particular rank here. This family can be a taxon, order can be a taxon, class can be a taxon. Taxon basically means a particular rank or a category there. All of you know, in your police, we have constable, head constable, right? We have inspector, sub-inspector. We have your all the way till your IPS, right? There is multiple ranks. Every single rank is called as a taxa or taxon. That should be clear to all of you. That should be clear. Every single thing is called as a taxa or rank. Okay. Now, students, this is basically your ascending order. It is ascending order. Ascending order basically means from species to kingdom. So ascending order means species to kingdom is called as ascending order. So from here to here is descending order. Students, is that clear to all of you? So from species to kingdom, we are going upwards, ascending. From here to here, it is descending. Okay. Now, students, a question to all of you, basic question. Where do you think we will find more number of organisms? Do you find more number of organisms at kingdom level or species level? Do you find more organisms in plant kingdom, animal kingdom, kingdom fungi? Or do you find more organisms in your dogs, cats and everything? All of you. At kingdom level. So always, students, always remember, at kingdom level, we will have more organisms. At genus, as we come down, down and down, as we go down, right, here we have very less organisms. Here we have very less organisms. Very less organisms, students, here. Okay. Now, students, tell me, where do you think you can find more general characters? When I say general characters, I mean, let's say, unicellular prokaryote, Monera, unicellular eukaryote, Protista, organism which mainly shows saprophytic mode of nutrition, kingdom fungi, organism which has chlorophyll, a pigment in general, which can do photosynthesis, kingdom plantae. So that is called as general characters. General characters are mainly seen more at the kingdom level. More general characters. Here we have very less general characters. As we come down and down, there are many exceptions here. Many exceptions comes in picture. So less general character here. Students. Now what about similarities, students? Similarities, right? Similarities. Now students, do all of you know what is sponges? Students, do all of you know what are sponges? Sponges. Yes or no? Now sponges and humans, we belong to which kingdom? All of you in the chat, tell me. All of you. The sponges as well as your humans, we belong to which kingdom? Sponges as well as fishes, your different types of your birds, reptiles, amphibians, all of us belong to kingdom Animalia. But students, we humans and these sponges, do we share similarities? No. Now, we and sponges are totally different. Sponges and us, we are totally different. So, at kingdom level, can I tell? Very less similarities. Very similarities. As you come down and down and down and down, there is an increase in similarity. So, here we have more similarities. More similarities here. I'll give you students quick example. Golden Retriever, Doberman, Husky, Labrador, right? Pug. Do all of these species have similarities? Students, do all of these have similarities? Yes or no, students? Tell me, students. Do all of these have similarities? Yes, they have similarities. All of them similarities, right? So as we come down and down and down, right? As we go down, there is an increase in similarities. Increase in similarities, students. You can see here. As we go down and down and down, all these good boys here, they have more similarities here. But at the kingdom level, we can see a leopard, you can see a tiger, you can see an elephant, you can see a panda, flamingo, the hippopotamus, snake. Similarities are very less here. Similarities are very less. But as we go down and down and down, similarities are increasing. More similarities here. Friends, with that being said, now there's a small concept called as what is a kingdom, what is a genus, what is a species. Very simple. I will teach you in one go. Please understand, students. Please understand. Okay. Now, students, what is a species? Species is nothing but group of individual organisms with fundamental similarities. Yes or no, students? So, species is basically a group of organisms with similarities. Okay. Now, let's see for example here. Okay. Now, this is one group here. Here we have species 1, species 2, species 3, species 4. Now, all of these species are present because they have a common feature. Now, students, what if I take multiple species together? Then what do I get? Students, if I join multiple species, what do I get, students? We get something called as genus. We get something called as genus. Okay. Now, I'll give you one more example, students. Let's say we have multiple species here also. Multiple species 1. Let's say I have species 1, species 2, species 3, species 4. When multiple species join together, what do we get, students? We get genus again. I'll give you a quick example. Here. See this, students. Here. Species Panthera tigris. So this is tiger species. Tiger, lion species. All of the tigers have a common feature, that is Panthera tigris. Tigris is your species here. Panthera leo. Leo is the species here. So the lion species, tiger species, they become species because they have common features, students. We have tuberosum is potato. Melancholia is your brinjal. Species here, species, students. Okay. Now, students, what if I take two species which have common characters? Panthera leo and Panthera tigris. So, Panthera becomes what? When we take multiple species and we join them together, this species and this species, then we get the genus. So, Panthera becomes a genus here, Panthera. Okay. So, yes, Solanum is a genus here. Genus Solanum. Okay, students. Now, students, what if I take two genus and combine together? What if we have similar genus and we join together, what do we get? Students, tell me in the chat quickly. What if I take a common genus and I join them together, students? When I take two genus which are alike and I join them together, I will get something called as family, the Vin Diesel one. Okay, Fast and Furious one, students. Okay, then we get the family. Students, I'll give you a quick example. Students, here is an example of family. I will not show Fast and Furious, don't worry. Okay, here we have your family Felidae has your Panthera genus, and we have Phileas genus. Phileas is small cat, Panthera is the big cat here, students, big cat here. So that is one genus and two genus here. So if we go back here, let's say I have a genus of your big cat and genus of your small cat here. Both small cat genus and big cat genus, Phileas and Panthera, if I join together, I get the cat family. Students, I get the cat family. So that's how we end up getting the cat family, right now, students. We end up getting the cat family. Okay. Now, students, let me tell you one more thing right now, students. Let me tell you one more thing. Let's say I have some genus, okay. Now let's say, students, I have here species 1 again, species 2, species 3, species 4, species 1, species 2, species 3, species 4. When I take, here again I have genus 1, genus 2, and this is one family here also. Family. Let's take, this is a dog family this time. Now, students, what do I get? Students, what do you think I obtain? What do you think I obtain, students? When I take two different families, I join together. Students, when I take two different families, then what do I get, students? If I take two different families, a cat family, dog family, what do I get, students? We get something called as order. In this case, cats and dogs belong to an order called as Carnivora. They belong to an order called as Carnivora. So, species make up the genus, genus make up the family, families make up the order. Families make up the order, even, students, they make up the order. Okay, they make up the order. Yes or no, students? They make up the order like this. I'll give you an example here, students. I'll give you an example here. Students, this is an example of family again. Solanaceae family has different genus here. Yes, sir. So, Carnivora, we have Felidae, that is cat family. It can have your small cat, big cat, both. Then we have your dog family, students, here. That is basically your Canidae. Both of them make the order Carnivora, students. Carnivora. Now, students, if I take two different orders and I join together, what do I get, students? For example, we have our order, that is Primata, Virus Primata. Here are our non-veg cousins, that is Carnivora. When two different orders join together, we end up getting the class, that is called as Mammalia. Students, can anyone tell me what are the other different classes in the chat right now, students? All of you. What are different classes? What are the different classes? When two different orders join together, our order, that is our ancestors, right, and order Carnivora, when we join them together, we get a class. We get a class, students. We get a class. Okay. So, taxonomic category related to order, several other together make up the phylum. Multiple classes join together to make up the phylum. Or, students, remember, phylum in the case of your animal, division in the case of plants. Botany, students, botany. One second, students, 1 second. What is this person saying? How to maintain both college and online? I'll make a video, students. I'll make a video tomorrow only. I'll make a video, don't worry. Okay. Okay. Now, students, multiple phylum on division will make up the kingdom eventually. Kingdom. Students, here is a kingdom. And we have a kingdom, students. We have 5 kingdom. All of you know 5 kingdom classification. Monera, Protista, Fungi, Plant, Animalia. 5 kingdom, students. Now here is a classification of humans for all of you to reference. Animalia, that is your kingdom. Phylum is Chordata. Subphylum, Vertebrata. Mammalia. Order, family, genus, and species, students. Species. This is called as your taxonomical categories. And this table is very important, students. This table is very important. All of you students. Okay. Students, I'll give you exactly 30 seconds. Can all of you remember this table? 30 seconds, I'll give you 1 minute. Take 1 minute and stare at this table, all of you. Stare at this table. Take 1 minute of your time and stare at this table, and then we'll start with PYQs. And then we will start with PYQ, students. Stare at this table, all of you. Stare at it and tell me just remember this table. All of you. All of you stare at this table. Friends, here you have to remember this. Common name, scientific name. Homo sapiens, Musca domestica, Mangifera indica, Triticum aestivum. Genus, always remember, if you know scientific name, genus and species, all of you should know very easily, right? Same genus, genus is same. Family, you have to know, students. Homidia, all of you know. I think Homidia, all of you know. Muscidae, which you have to remember. Anacardiaceae for mango. Okay. Poaceae for your wheat. Primata, Diptera, Sapindales, Poales. Mammalia, Insecta, Dicotyledonate, Monocotyledonate. Chordata, Arthropoda, Angiosperm, Angiosperm. Students, this table you have to remember at any cost. You have to remember. Okay. Especially this housefly. Many questions have come. That is Musca, Muscidae, Diptera, Insecta, students. Okay. Students, with that being said, here is the first PYQ. Students, let's see who answers the first. Let's see who answers first. Here is the first PYQ on the board. Chapter is over actually. Chapter is over actually. Okay. I missed one point deliberately, that is called as ICZ and ICBN. I'll teach you that in the PYQs only. ICBN and ICZ, I'll teach you that here. The help of PYQ. So, what is the answer? What is the answer, students? Housefly belongs to Muscidae. X and Y are the components of binomial nomenclature. This naming system was proposed by X is generic name, Y is specific epithet. It was given by Carlinius. Yes or no? It was given by Carlinius. Okay. Students. In taxonomic categories, arrange the hierarchy arrangement in ascending order. Students, ascending was supposed to be from here to here, but it's fine. We have kingdom, phylum, class, order, family, genus. Students, here's a small trick which all of you know, that is keep the pods clean or family gets sick, but don't go for tricks and all. Learn this as such only. Learn this as such itself. Learn this as such itself. Learn this as such itself, students. So, option number 2, very good. Which of the following Muscidae is again housefly, students? Housefly. This is a very good question, students. What is ICBN? ICBN is, students, International Council for Botanical Nomenclature. Okay. Now, ICBN is a board which gives the botanical name. There is ICZN also. ICZN is International Code for International Code for Zoological Nomenclature. This. Students, here is a question for that. I'll just go to that question. That is better question. Sorry, international code. I said by mistake council. International code. See, ICBN is International Code for Biological Nomenclature. There is similarly ICZN, International Code of Zoological Nomenclature. International Code of Zoological Nomenclature, students. Okay. So, students, solve this question. All of you solve this question, students. Nomenclature is governed by certain universal rules. Which of the following is contrary to the rules? The first word in biological name represents genus and second is specific epithet. Okay. The names are derived from Latin or italics. When written handwritten, their name should be underlined. Can be in any name? No. They have to be in Latin only. Students, they have to be in Latin only. Students, solve this question. Is the match the following question, students? It's a simple match the following question. Okay. Simple match the following question. Very simple match the following question. Family. Which of the following is a family? Which of the following is an order? Which of the following is a class? Which of the following is a phylum? Okay. Once you're done, just answer in the chat. Once you're done, just answer in the chat. Students, if you know phylum, you can tell the answer very easily. If you know the phylum, you can tell the answer very easily, students. If you know the phylum, you can tell the answer very easily. Phylum. Yes or no? Students, if you know the phylum, you can tell the answer easily. See, is Diptera phylum? No. Is Muscidia phylum? No. Insecta phylum? No. Is Arthropoda phylum? All of you? Is Arthropoda phylum? Yes. Arthropoda is a phylum. So if you know that much, you can tell the answer very easily. Which of the following taxonomical categories is less general character compared to taxonomical category of genus? Compared to genus, which has less general characters? Compared to genus, right? Compared to genus, which of the following has less general character? So if you go here, as we go down and down and down, general character is decreasing. And if you're talking about genus, compared to genus, students, there is only one which has less general character. Students, what is the answer? Compared to genus, there is only one which has less general character. Yes or no? See, as we go down and down, general characters are decreasing. The question is asking you, which one has less general character compared to genus? Students, again, one more thing I should always tell you. This sometimes some similarities can also be called as specific character also. Sometimes also called as specific character, please know that. Okay. Sometimes it can be called as specific character also. So where is the question? If you go back to the question right now, the question says, which of the following taxonomical category is less general in character as compared to genus? That is species only. That is species only, students. The basic unit of classification is, the most basic unit is the species. Species is the most basic unit, students. And students, this is your homework question. This is your homework question, students. Homework question. And students, before you solve the homework question, students, yes, finished. Rules is done. Okay. Students, before I go further, students, how many of you are in Chennai? And this Sunday, all of us will be coming to Chennai, students. This Sunday, we'll be coming to Chennai, right? And it's going to be fun. It's going to be really, really fun. Gopika ma'am will be there. I'll be there. We'll be there in Anna Nagar. We'll be there in Anna Nagar. I hope all of you know where that is. Okay. So if you're in Chennai, we'll meet all of you on this Sunday. Okay. Okay, students. So not now, students, in the comment section. Not now. Tell the answer in comment section. Not now. In the comment section. Okay. Students, with that, done. Students, with that, chapter is finished. So students, you have to let me know in the comment section how was the class. Let me know in the comment section how was this particular chapter for you. Easy, difficult, everything. Okay. So Nandu, Uro, all of you students, I know all of you in Telangana, I know students, I know. Ansi, Suma, students, I saw all of you. So Master, Ravil, Suma, Ansi, right, Manoj, Nandini, right. So I will look forward to all your comments, students. I will look forward to all your comments. Thank you so much, students. Bye bye, all of you.